Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. This is going to be a look at. This has been out for like a month now or something, but I just now read it. Phew, this is a mouthful of a title. Let's start there. Dark Knights Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knights. Number one, but it's a one shot, so what's the purpose of putting a number on a one shot when there will never be a number two with such an unwieldy title? Look at all the people that worked on this book because it's an anthology. There's a bunch of different stories in here. There's one story that is like the main body of the book, and it ties directly in. It's like a bridge between Death Metal 2 and 3. It's about how the Batman Who Laughs goes from being the Batman Who Laughs to being the Darkest Knight. It's got some really cool art in it. The writing is just kind of present. I'm just going to jump to. Well, let's show the first page because I actually really enjoyed the first page here where he's like predicting what they're about to say. He's coming into like his Dr. Manhattan powers here. He's like, one's going to say this, one's going to say that, one's going to say the third thing. And then they do in exactly the order he predicted. So he is totally Manhattaning it up right there. Mm-hmm. But there's lots of cool art in here. I'm going to flip to this two-page spread here because I really liked it. There's so much different bits of action going on here. It's pretty fantastic. The writing is just kind of like there to tell you what the images kind of mean, like what this is a montage of. And he's just talking about how he learned about the nature of his reality, how he overcame it, came into the real reality, started fighting Batman, put together his evil team. Basically, we retell Metal, then we retell the first part of Death Metal and some of the struggles in between. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. It's not necessary by any stretch. This is not something you have to read, but it was still pretty cool, and it's accompanied by a lot of great art. And that makes up probably a third of the book. The next media story is this one here about the Robin King. I didn't care for the art too much. I don't like how stylized it is. This doesn't look like Batman to me. I know that's a weird, maybe kind of dumb statement, but it's also true. It doesn't look like Batman. I love the use of the like half tones and stuff to create the shadows on some of these pages. Like you can see it on the sleeve right here. I dig that a lot. It's pretty cool. I didn't really like anything else about the art. The story itself didn't really do a whole lot for me. So we're just going to kind of skip over it from this point to probably the single best image in the whole book. It's not really accompanied with a story because it's a two-pager and there is literally no story there. But boom! The T-Rex Batman eating somebody. I don't know what else you needed in the comic book except for that image because that image covers a lot of sins right there. It's pretty dope. There's another story that's actually got a little bit of meat to it, and it's done in kind of a horror looking style. I'm going to just show you. It's about the Batman. Well, I'm not going to spoil that. Just look at the art. Just look at the art. Forget the story. Just look at the art. Very horror. It looks like it. It looks like a horror story. It looks like maybe something you'd see in a Vertigo book in their heyday in the 90s. I really appreciated it. I thought that super spooky look was really cool. And there's a couple other stories in here. We're going to just kind of skip over them because they're like one and two pagers. They don't matter. What does matter is I love that. Look at that Batmobile. Isn't that awesome? That is so awesome. I love that. So this is a completely unnecessary entry to the series. The only reason people seem to care about it was the Robin King story because they're all like, oh, first appearance of a character. I don't think anybody's going to remember that character like 2 years from now. So I'm not sure why all the speculation happened. It's also really hard to know when to read this because some of this takes place between like one issue and another. A lot of it is backstory. So where does it fit in with all the other death metal books? Like, what order do I read this mess in? I have no idea. We could have just like Death Metal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please read our tie-in issue in Justice League number 53, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that, and make it very clear when you're supposed to read what. We didn't choose to do that. We chose to give things really long names for no reason. So this was okay. Was it worth $5.99? Here as this is a second print. Um, I don't think it was really worth the $5.99, but I had a lot of fun with it anyway. So take that for what you will. You all have a great time, great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me as I rambled on about this. Shopsy, I already said that. Bye bye.